Quick editor's note, guys. I'm pretty sure that I refer to this mod pack as Stoneopolis several times over the course of this episode. It is Caveopolis, not Stoneopolis. So, my bad. Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome to a brand new modded Minecraft series. This is Caveopolis. It is a Minecraft 1.18.2 mod pack, and it is a Skyblock, but not. You'll see what I mean. If you're familiar with, I think it was called Stoneblock or something like that, you may be familiar with this concept, but it's pretty cool. So, we're just going to start a new world together. I don't think the world settings really matter because the world generation is always the same. I don't think the seed makes any difference whatsoever. Start a new world and jump on in. Yeah, when you first load into the world, this is what you will see. There is a Caveopolis menu, which you need to right-click and create a new team, like so. And then it will take you sort of to your own version of the world. And this is, I'm assuming, done for multiplayer purposes, but I don't know for sure. Either way, the important part is that up here, when you go into your inventory, you can get to quests, and it will give you essentially a rundown of everything you need to know about Caveopolis. Now, I have already played a little bit of this mod pack to sort of get a feel for it, and I've already read all this stuff. But if you have not, I would highly, highly recommend that you go through this and actually read everything. Otherwise, you're going to have no idea what's going on. So, now that we have clicked our way through all of these, we can now break stone. And that is where this begins to get a bit interesting. So, we do have Vein Miner in the pack. So we can hold down the tilde key and mine a whole bunch of this stuff all at once, which is great. We also have the Caveopolis Guidebook, which will tell you all of the sort of custom things you need to know. It'll tell you how you can get all the different types of stone and stuff like that. It'll tell you about the various machines you can make. It will tell you about various other things like how to get food, and then it has like an index. But pretty much all of this is also covered in your FTB quest book here as well. So we've got stone pebbles, and we can make these into stone, like so. Then you can make them into stone brick and turn the stone brick into a stone crafting table, which I'm just going to plop down right here. And then you can use this to make stone sticks and stone parts. And the stone parts you can use to make a stone chest, like so. So now we should have a whole bunch of these. Oh, I didn't click the thing first. Well, okay, fine. it's fine. Okay. Let's just grab some more of these stone pebbles. And yes, I know we can mine stone by hand, which is a little weird, but hey, it's fine. So do that, do this, and I should just be able to pick this thing up. There we go. And if we look at our quest book, we've now completed a whole bunch of these various things. I mean, we are going to need more stone chests, so might as well make one more just to complete the quest. Now, it is actually super important that you complete the quests, because you can't actually progress in this mod pack if you don't. As you sort of go through here, only by completing all of the stuff on, the level 1 section over here will you be able to do the stuff on level 2, and you got to do level 2 to get to level 3, and so on and so forth. It is a linear progression. You cannot progress without sort of doing things in order. So it is very important that you pay attention to that sort of thing. But the first thing we're going to do is dig down, and all of the various resources are located. It's not random. They are located at specific Y levels. So right now we're at Y level 92, And when we get down here to Y level 89, we will start getting brightstone. And brightstone can be used to make stone torches and things. So let's just make a bunch of these stone sticks and some brightstone. Also, if we want brightstone itself, we can use these in a crafting bench to get some other stuff. Also, underneath the brightstone, you'll find mossy stone, and the moss balls that this drops, you can actually eat. So that's pretty useful as well. It's kind of your food source, at least in the early game, and then eventually you run into diorite, and you cannot mine diorite until much, much later. If I break it all the way, it will actually give me a message in chat that basically says, you can't do that right now. You got to progress farther. So let's just get a few blocks of all of this stuff. We'll just vein mine a chunk here. And then we'll do essentially the same thing right here, because we're going to need a fair amount of all of these various resources. There we go. Also, I should mention that at least for the first couple episodes, or maybe just the first episode, I guess we'll find out, there's not going to be a ton of editing. Like, I'm obviously going to try and edit stuff out to make it a little bit more clear and whatever, but there's only so much, like a lot of this is just progress-based stuff. So, let's go back to our quest book, and we need to make brightstone. So let's turn a bunch of these into regular stone, and if I remember correctly, it's basically just that. There's the brightstone. Then we need moss blocks. And I think it was this for mossy cobble, or was it this? It is neither. Okay, how do you make mossy cobble? Oh, right. It's stone and moss block. There we go. There's our mossy stone. And then we also are going to need calcite, which will give us bone meal, and then we can complete this. So we're going to need a way up, and I guess let's just dig out a little section here. This chest is not currently in use. Also, our base is going to be really ugly. For the first few episodes, at least. It is not going to be pretty. Because as far as, like, building resources and stuff goes, it's going to take us a while to actually get to the point where we can have resources to work with. So, yeah, just be prepared that it's going to be kind of a mess for a bit, but it'll get better. Don't worry. And it actually, you know, I've played a lot of Skyblocks over the years. Some of them are grindier than others, and at least from what I can tell, this one doesn't seem that bad. I mean, obviously, if you're playing a limited resources mod pack, like a Skyblock, for example, there is going to be, you know, a challenge pack, I guess you would say. There is certainly going to be some level of grind. I mean, you get grind even in vanilla Minecraft. But it seems like the level of grind in this pack particularly is really not that bad as far as challenge packs go. It seems like it's a fairly accessible mod pack, and that progress is relatively straightforward. Okay, so this up here is white colored stone. We can't mine that, but calcite we definitely can. Let's just go to here, I guess. And I'm just going to dig a few blocks in and then vein mine. And now we need calcite. So let's make that. We've got our bone meal, and we can click this, and we have now completed the basics. Also, there's this world one up here. This will just kind of naturally fill in as you go. It will also tell you at a glance where to find everything. So if you're looking specifically for, I don't know, granite, it'll say, hey, it's Y level 74 to level 70. Or if you're looking for red sand, Y level 24 to 20, and so on and so forth. So At a glance, easy way to find what you're looking for. But now we move on to the moss block, and this is pretty important. So we need to make moss blocks, and I need space. And you know what? This will actually work just fine. Let's put a torch up here. Let's grab these guys. And I'm actually just going to do that. Bone meal, and there we go. Now we get all sorts of stuff. And we even got some seeds right off the bat, which is also great for us, because we can use those later to make wheat. But what we really care about, right, I should just vein mine, of course. Okay, so we have our moss blocks. Now we can use the moss blocks to make moss carpet, and 3 moss carpet will make 1 mossy string. So looking back at our quest book, we actually did not get any regular old azalea. We just got flowering azalea, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. So let's just try this one more time. Let's get the torches out of there. Make some more stone. It's not like we have a stone shortage. So, yeah. Boop. And bone meal. There we go. Again, no azalea bushes. Okay. Well, what if I bone meal it again? There we go. Now we got some azalea. Because it doesn't count the flowering azalea for the purposes of the quest. You need the actual azalea trees. Okay, so that's all good. Now, we need green wool, and we need a green bed. We also need a 7 by 7. So let's just say right here. And I'm just going to dig up. Now, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 7 right there. So if this... Oh, can I not break this? I shouldn't have put down the stone bricks. Oh well, it's fine. So if we put a mossy block here, then we can fill all of this back in. And that will give us a nice little 5 by 5. And then some, obviously. But let's throw down a torch here, here, here. We can plant our azalea tree and bone meal it, and now we have azalea wood. So that is our early game wood. That will also give us rooted dirt, which is able to be turned into regular dirt if you make a wooden hoe. And just hoe the dirt, and then do one of these. So there you go. Now we've got regular dirt, and we've got hanging roots that came off of it. So I think what we should do is just make a few azalea trees. But as far as the quest goes, let's see. We've got 1 mossy string. I need 3 wool. So I need 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? That should give me more than I needed, but that's fine. So we've got our green wool. There's our logs. And we can make our bed. So that's all good. And then we've just got a couple of other random wooden things. Oh, I need rooted dirt, which if you don't use the hoe on it, you can just collect. So we do this, let this stuff all fall in, and we can just collect the rooted dirt as is, which is pretty good. But what we really care about is regular dirt. So that's all fine. What else going down this way? Hoe, dirt, all right, that's all good. So yeah, at this point it's just the hammer, the shears, the bowl, and the culinary station, which is just a crafting bench. So let's make a few of these. First of all, we want bowls. We need the shears. We need a wooden hammer. We need to dump a bunch of this junk out of our inventory. And then last but not least, we needed that culinary station for the quest. And there we go. That should be everything from this little part of the mod pack, right? We've completed everything on this section? Yes, good. So then last, we need to get into wood tech and smelting. And that will complete level 1. Smelting is super, super easy. This part's a piece of cake. Wood tech is a bit more complicated, but not difficult. So first things first, we are going to need a wooden bucket, and it is 3 logs like so to make one of those. This is a bucket. It does what a bucket does. You can use it for water and stuff like that. But before we get into this, I think what I should probably do is open up a bit more space here and kind of get some things dumped into an inventory. So give me a second to sort of get organized here so we can make this a little bit more, streamlined, and then we'll jump back to it. I've done some things. So over here, this is our tree growing room. I decided to put a couple of these bright stone blocks down here to light it up and turn it into a 7 by 7 by 7 room instead of something that was a little bit more oddly shaped. Over here, I've added a section that will be sort of our storage, at least for now, 6 stone chests. And then over here, we'll have storage drawers, which we'll actually be getting to very soon. And then over here, I just added a couple more little spaces for things as well. So this way, everything isn't so cramped and kind of right on top of itself. I should probably make another crafting bench, though, to put... Ooh, this is an odd number. I just realized that. Or this is not an odd number. We'll put it here, I guess. This is fine, at least for now. Okay. So, back to the quests. If we look at wood tech, we've made our wooden bucket. As for chests, this is also pretty easy. Now, the thing about chests is, this does not count. This is an azalea chest from Quark, but you can just put that back in the crafting window and turn it into a regular chest. And then it does count for your quest rewards here. Now, we also have wooden hoppers, which are pretty useful. They work just like regular hoppers. And then we're looking to make a basic barrel. So we need another batch of these. Let's just make a few planks. And if we just search for the basic barrel, bada bing, bada boom, we've got our basic barrel. Now this thing can be used to make water. So if we plop this guy down, we'll say like over here, and we just throw a bunch of leaves into it, it will convert them 25 millibuckets at a time, which means you need a total of 40 leaves to make a single bucket of water, but it will slowly convert it into water. And we're going to need 2 water buckets of water for, well, hopefully fairly obvious reasons, because then you can make an infinite water source, and then we will never have to make water using this thing ever again. So, there we go. That should all fit. While we are waiting on that to convert, we can make ourselves another wooden bucket, and then we're ultimately going to be making an eroder. And this thing is used for all sorts of stuff. Looks like we will need our wooden water bucket, but we're also going to need 2 more of those wooden hoppers. So let's get those ready to go. There we go. Beautiful. Anything else we need for this? Just regular old planks. Okay, do we have our water yet? Not quite. It's still going. Let's dig out a little space for our eroder. The way that this works is it needs a 3 by 3 area. So we're just going to put it here, I guess. And it'll end up going right here in the middle of a bunch of water source blocks. Are you done yet? Now you are. Beautiful. Okay, so we can do this, and now we've got our infinite water source. We've got our water bucket, and we can now make our eroder. Just like that. Plop that guy down, and now when you put stuff up in here, it will turn into other stuff. So you put stone in, it turns into cobblestone, which you can then use to make a cobblestone pickaxe, and so on and so forth. If you put wool in, it will turn into string, and it's, fairly quick. It's not super, super slow. If you put in an azalea log, it will turn into 2 oak planks. And then you can use the oak planks. There we go. To make an oak storage drawer. Just like so. And we can put this thing down here, and it will do what it needs to. So, all we're missing is the stone pickaxe. So I've actually got sticks in my inventory already. And there we go. So now that that is done, we have completed all... Oh, nope, we haven't done smelting yet. I gotta do smelting. We've almost completed level 1. Let's go 8 blocks. That will give us enough for a furnace. Now that we have the stone pick, we can actually mine diorite, which was down here, granite and andesite, which I believe are directly below it, and way up there, colored stone too. So this opens up some options for us. We'll just dig down a little bit here. And when you get, the diorite is going to give you diorite shards, the granite will give you granite shards, and the andesite will give you andesite shards. So it's, pretty intuitive. And then after that, I believe, is something else that we can't mine, I think. I guess we'll find out. I'm just going to dig down here. Okay, there's the start of the andesite. What's after andesite? Is it prismarine? I don't remember. I guess we'll find out. Should be... Yep, looks like prismarine. And this... we cannot mine. As you can see, this block cannot be broken at this level. Follow the quests. So that's what happens when you try to mine something that you haven't progressed far enough for yet. But I do want to make sure that we have some of these andesite shards. And I'm going to need another pickaxe before we mine the rest. So I'll probably do that off camera between episodes, because next episode we're going to be tackling level 2, which is going to involve quite a lot of these granite and diorite and andesite pebbles, as you will see. But we've got our 8 cobblestone here now. You know what? Let's actually just toss a stack of stone in there. And that will give us... we now have a furnace. And honestly, the best way, in my opinion, is like so. Make charcoal, and then you can actually use the charcoal to make mini charcoal, which is always super useful. It helps you be very efficient with your smelting. So you can see, just throw it in, 8 mini charcoal, and this 1 mini charcoal will smelt a single item, and that is it. So super, super useful in that regard. But if we look at our smelting, we need smooth stone. So we toss that in here. Smelt that up. Then, once that's smelted, we take the smooth stone. And, oh yeah, I need to borrow you. We put that in here. And the smooth stone will turn into gravel, which we then put back in here. And that's how you get sand. And then the sand you can put in the furnace, obviously, to make glass. And that should be that entire section. There we go. That should be... It didn't give me credit. Oh, okay, it's fine. Well, let me do that again. That completes all of this, and now we have completed all of level 1. Basics, moss, wood, smelting, and now it is on to level 2, but I think we will tackle that next episode, my friends. I think this pack is about to open up in a big way. We're actually going to be able to start our first actual automation and stuff. It's all more exciting from here. But guys, that is going to do it for the first episode of Stoneopolis. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Links in the description below. So check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.